Hello! I'm going to shoot the course report. Going to do this month a little bit different. Instead of going through our normal subjects, we don't really need to talk about the greens. We all know the greens good. Leave it at that. I'm going to talk you through some problem areas that we've got. I'm going to do a little bit on bunkers this month, because I'm getting a few people say to me, there's no sand in the bunkers. So I'm going to shoot a few videos on the bunkers. What else are we going to do? We're going to talk about the weather. So the last time I asked for rain, I don't think it stopped for about 6 months. So I am reluctant to ask for rain. However, as you've all seen on the news recently, driest spring since the Second World War. I think we need some rain now, quite badly. The moisture levels in the ground are actually now starting to cause us some problems. All the seeded areas that we've done, just got no chance at the minute. So they include the work we've done around the first green, struggling to grow. The surrounding areas of the new 6th tees, struggling to grow. Little areas that we've done, like the removal of the bunker on the 18th. It's been mounded up and seeded, struggling to grow. And all the fairways, really. Done all that overseeding back in April. We've got 3 grand's worth of seed sitting in there at the minute, with no moisture at all to spark them into life. And normally you do that, and you see it all coming through after 7 to 10 days. It's been in the ground about 6 weeks now, 5 weeks, absolutely nothing. So the weather is causing us massive issues. On top of the weather, the dryness, we've got this wind, northeasterly wind, that just won't go away. I think we've had it for about 8 weeks. So not only is it making it feel cold, it's drying the course out even more. Northerly winds is what you want in the winter. Not this time of year. Even the sprinklers are struggling. They're coming up. All the northeast corners of the greens are all drying out because the sprinkler that is in that corner is getting blown sort of 40 foot longer than it should, and the one that's in the opposite corner can't get anywhere near it because the wind's just blowing it back. So with the dryness and the wind, it's exceptionally difficult at the minute. So a little bit of rain would go a long way now. We've had 3 days of rain since the 22nd of February. I put a little picture on to show you how much rainfall we've had this year, but we're 130 odd mil less than last year, that's a lot. That's over 5 inches of rain. That's a hell of a lot. So very, very unusual. So they keep going on about it on the news and the weather. Dry spring since the Second World War. Water companies are starting to panic already, so we could be in for a bit of a rough ride in terms of water. So anyway, moving on with the actual report. So not going to follow the usual format. It's quite a long one, this one. But we go through some baddie bits, and then we go through bunkers and a few other little things. And yeah, see you at the end. All right, enjoy. 6th fairway then, same problem. Obviously, no moisture in the ground. This has been seeded, it was initially seeded back in November, I believe. And then we overseeded it when we done all the fairways. Now, all the fairways that we overseeded haven't popped because there's no rain. And this one's exactly the same. We top dressed this last week. We have been giving this a little drink where we can, but where water is so important at the minute, for greens and tees mainly, I can't give it too much, but similar sort of thing to the rest of the golf course really. Where this one's new, it looks a bit worse. We just need some rain to kick this on. Not too much else So another bad area of the course is the 16th fairway, sort of up to the pond, just short of that little dip we got in the fairway, sort of 100 yards away from the green. Reason this area is so bad: leather jackets decimated this bit, eaten a lot of the roots, and where it's been so dry, we've had little to no recovery. You can actually see the verti-drain holes from the winter, and you can see the slip marks from the overseeder. Obviously the seed hasn't popped at all because of the moisture levels. Not a lot in spraying any feed down because the roots are so weak, wouldn't have any uptake. So until we see some rain, this area is going to look very, very dry. A couple of areas we got hit this year with leather jackets: front of the 18th fairway, the 6th fairway, not the new bit, but the bit between the new bit and the green. That was particularly quite bad, but this one seems to be worse. So yeah, another problem area out of the course at the minute, but again, until we get some rain, not too much we can do. So another problem area this year, obviously 6 tees. Done it all last year, lovely, all the tees are good, all open, path in. But these seeded areas, not a chance at the minute, absolutely zero chance. Cracking, that dry. We did put seed on it, but because we've had absolutely no rain, there's zero moisture in the ground, nothing's happening, and nothing will happen until it starts to rain, sorry. A little bit of growth here, that's just off the spray of the sprinklers, but look, looks horrible, doesn't it? But unless I actually stand and throw a hose pipe on this area, so I don't really want to do, nor am I prepared to do, because the water I do have needs to be elsewhere. So this area looks unfinished, and it is, but not in a work point of view, just in a weather point of view. We've got a few areas like this, haven't we? 18th fairway bunker on the left, exactly the same. Even the front of the first green, still struggling. It's all down to the weather, people. There is no moisture in the ground whatsoever. Until we get some, that seed is more like bird food. So, part of tea banks for this year. We did actually start at the back end of last year, but obviously they're actually starting to really grow up now, and take shape, if you like. Obviously, like I said, we do fall into the genre of links, and these really do enhance that look. Many links courses that you'll go to, you'll see a similar style of tee box. It has lots of benefits as well, but this one is the black tee on the first, strip cut up the middle so we can walk up it, and then either side of the tee box we have left long. The tee box itself looking lovely, and we cut a little edge around the outside. The rest of it has all been left long. This saves a lot of time on diesel and man hours, so you know, it's a big benefit to us, and it really does make the tee box stand out. We do get a few weeds that we need to pull out, so you know, can't always do it, it's quite time consuming, but the eventual goal will be that these are all nice long grasses around, and it's just really, it just highlights and frames the tee so much more. If we just have a look at the tees in front, they're exactly the same. Some tees look better than others. My personal favourite one, I think really looks good, is the red tee on the 10th. I think it looks stunning. This is just what we're sort of doing, really. So we're doing it to really make the tee boxes stand out, which I think is doing, and saying it also saves time and money in maintaining them. But yeah, I just wanted to run you through the new style of tee banks, just to push us further into that links category. Hope you all like it, or at least understand why we're doing it. So we've arrived at the 10th Greenside bunker. I'm going to give you a little demonstration of what we do every day out in the golf course and how we rake it. Tyler's going to be the man. So we start on the back lip. Using the back of the rake, we push all the sand off the back the whole way round. Golfers tend to drag it to the back. That's why we sort of get a bit of a build up on the back lip. But by pushing it back in the middle, I say we do this every day. So you push that away, push from the middle up to the sort of the front, the more common place for the ball to land in the bunker. Like so. Now he's going to turn the rake over now, start using the teeth. Let's move it out. Obviously where we're in such a dry period at the minute, the sand does bake. It can feel quite hard, quite crispy, but there's plenty of sand in there. I'm just pushing it up to the lip now, up the front face. Now he's going to go around the outside of the whole bunker with the teeth. Just smoothing that out. So we do this every single day, including the weekends. And then to finish, although it looks like he's putting it back up to the back lip, he's not. He's sort of still pushing away. And you get that desired effect. And then he puts the rake in the middle of the bunker. The reason it goes in the middle of the bunker is if that is to interfere with your ball is already in the bunker. Shouldn't leave it on the side. And that is how we rake bunkers every single day. Right, Tyler's now going to roll 4 balls in this bunker, random areas, and I'm going to play a shot out of them. So Tyler's taking over the camera. See how good we are. Stop here. 1. 2. 3. Make that one a little bit tougher to go near the back. We'll go back here. Point is, people, there's enough sand in all of these bunkers. Now if you say to me, yeah, but you're getting out because you're good, you sort of answered your own question. Every single bunker is the same on a golf course. There's plenty of sand. Look, loads on the back edge. So we need to make sure we rake them a bit better. Don't, when you pick the rake up, don't do that like everyone does. Actually push it away from you. Help the next person. That's it. Cheers. I'm standing in another bad bunker for sand, allegedly. Front right 12. Chuck 2 balls in. See how we go. Loads of sand, loads. So same as the one Tyler done on 10. Go around the back face. All this sand that gets pulled up by golf all the time. Go the whole way round, putting it back into the middle, like so.
This is why we don't put rakes half in, half out. Balls come in and stop there. What a shot that is. Always put them in the middle for that very reason. Go around like that. And then push forward. See, we don't expect the golf to do this. We do it every day. If you push instead of pulled when you do rake, you'll not see a difference. Pushing up, leveling it off. Push up, level off. Do a rabbit scrape there. Let's push a bit of sand in that. Just push and pull on the edges. I'm mainly pushing, I'm not really pulling. Nearly done. And then put the rake back in the middle. And if you can't get out of that bunker, go and see Andy. So we're going to talk about fairway bunkers now. Here at Sheerness we have to fall into a genre, and that for us is links, definitely. There's 4 types of golf courses. You've got parkland, which we're not really, woodland, definitely not, heathland, absolutely no way, so we are links. So our fairway bunkers are built same as links are, really. They're penal. They have high faces on them. You see, when you watch bunkers on TV, it all depends on what type of golf course you're playing. You see some out in the States there that got really shallow faces and just not really much to them, really, just a sort of sand trap. Or you watch like the Open Championship where you go in a lot of their bunkers and it's literally hack out sideways. So on this one, I've chucked 3 balls in the bunker, if you can see them. And depending on where you are in the bunker, depending on what shot you play. So we're standing on the 12th. We've got about 100 yards to the green. This back one, I should be able to get that out quite easily. But the front 2, I might struggle. I'm going to try and play them anyway, to sort of show you what the bunker, or how the bunker plays, depending on where you actually land in it. Need a little bit less sand in fairway bunkers. You don't want too much like a greenside because you're not really splashing out too much, and the way you strike the ball needs to be a lot better, or should we say different. So I'm going to hit these 3 shots now. I'm going to try and get on the green all 3 of them. The back one shouldn't be a problem. The front 2, I may have to splash out to the side. Here we go. Pretty easy, far enough back from the lip. This one's a lot harder. You can get it up a lot quicker because of the face, because of the design. That's the problem, but that's the whole design of it. So the safe shot,
these bunkers are built deliberately like that.
So we do fall into the link genre. Depending on where you end up in the bunker, will dictate the shot you can play. So again, plenty of sand in there, especially for a fairway, and it's different how you play each shot. But that is why our fairway bunkers are built like this. You're not meant to be getting woods and long irons out of these. So yeah, it's exactly, that's it. I just want to explain that to everybody. Hope that all makes sense.
Right, back in the shed now, out the wind, so I can talk to you. So, right, have a little recap of what we've been talking about today. Obviously, we all know it's bloody dry. Nothing no one can do about that, obviously, but just all do a rain dance for me. Spoke about all well, basically the dryness. So we've got issues on some of the fairways, 16, 18, particularly bad, obviously leather jackets. Obviously 6 that we done at the start, November last year. He's struggling to get going again because of the dryness. All that overseed we put in. So you've got £3,000 sitting in the ground out there at the minute, and ain't doing anything. So yeah, it's causing us a few issues. We spoke about bunkers. Bunkers are the biggest bugbear at any golf club, and I will not be able to please everybody, because everyone plays it differently. We've got different styles of bunkers. They play shots differently. There's loads of different variables to a bunker. So what someone likes, someone else won't, and vice versa. So I'll never ever be able to please everybody. Obviously the weather is baking the sand at the minute. That's not helping. That's making it feel like there's less sand than there is. But there is plenty in there. I promise you, there's plenty in there. But hopefully, the videos I shot today, I don't mean to patronise anybody, but it's hard not to sometimes, if you know what I mean. It's trying to explain, you know, my take on it and what we try and achieve out there is, and why we do stuff and what is acceptable and what's not. Yeah, it's difficult. It is difficult, and some people probably disagree with what I've said and done. Some people agree. And ability does play a lot. It is a big part of it. You know, you get some people that we all have handicaps for a reason. You know, as we all know, I'm pretty low, so I don't struggle as much as others because I've got better technique, I suppose. But and other people do struggle. Higher handicappers maybe will struggle. But is that really the bunker, or is that the person? That's the bit I'm trying to get. Do you know what I mean? So that's why I've done what I've done with the on the bunkers. And obviously, we all need to do our part in raking them. We really do. There's a lot of bunkers unraked, completely unraked, which is not acceptable. And those that are raked are all dragged to the back edge. If we all did our bit and push rather than pull when it comes to raking bunkers, they would help the next person that goes in. So that's that bit. What else did we cover? We covered, oh yeah, the new tee styles. Me personally, as I said earlier, we fall into a genre of links, and that's just helps enhance our links look. And I think they're really, really good. And over time, they'll get better as well. The fact that the seed's sitting in the ground means that we haven't really been able to get out there and spray our normal weed killer program, because I don't really want to kill that seed off before it's even popped. Stuck in between a rock and a hard place. We've got a few daisies out there, we've got a bit of clover kicking around out there. Normally I would have sprayed by now, but the wind is a problem. I can't spray in the wind anyway, but not only that, the dryness is a massive issue, because if I do go out and spray, I'll basically just waste all that seed, which I'm sort of reluctant to do. So for the sake of a few daisies kicking around, I'll hold fire a little bit longer, but hopefully things will change. So yeah, that's pretty much the course report for May. As always, anyone got any questions, come and see me on the course. I'll talk to you about anything. Yeah, ask me anything. Any of the lads, they'll always say something. Like I say, we're fully prepared for people not to agree or want things changed. That's all part of being a member of a golf club. We've got 650 members, so we've got 650 opinions. That's the way it works. But the whole point of these videos is to try and explain why we do what we do. So if you want to talk about that, not a problem at all. So yeah, that's it really for May. Hopefully when I do June's, we've had some rain, looking a bit greener, and it's growing a bit more out there, and we're a bit more normal, if you like. But until then, see you all soon. Have fun. Bye bye.